welcome to another episode of Waffling On. I'm joined today by Claire and Dan as well, as we look back at The Floor is Made of Lava 6. So the first bout of the night saw the Strong Dads, RJ Singh and Sunset Skip, go up against Poogressive Overload, Bert and Ernie. Has anyone got anything to say about this before we start laying into the Pooh Boys?
They came out and did a bit of a spectacular set of push-ups.
Oh, push-ups and sit-ups, very good, yeah.
The Strong Dads look pretty, didn't they, in their silver garments?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, the styles that they are. Gunning for the gold, as they'd put forward before the bout, they were heading into this match to set down the marker that they're going for the tag team titles. But the Pooh Boys had other ideas. They didn't even wait for the bell to start attacking the Strong Dads, and so we got the normal cheating stance to the match that you get with these two. Very, very disappointing.
Very pooey.
Very poor. I would say as well that something else that was quite poor during this was Nick's performance at times, too easily distracted by Bert and Ernie at times.
Yeah. And even telling off the good guys when he should have been, hey, Nick, come on, man.
Big shout out to Old Spice there, who sadly wasn't in residence to give us that at the time. Yeah, it's a strange one when you've got two such experienced individuals in the ring, but they are actually struggling, and mainly because of the shenanigans that are going on by the guys they're going up against.
Yeah, I would say though, they got off to a strong start, didn't they, the Strong Dads? They isolated Ed and White and gave him a good ass kicking for a minute there.
Oh yeah, at times he was saying, ow, and please don't encourage him to the crowd, which obviously we helped him out with that. We don't encourage anyone to get hurt. But I'd say that, yeah, there were times when, as Nick was distracted, there was a lot going on. RJ took the brunt of double teaming that was going on at that point. And by the time I think they managed to get Skip in the ring, it was probably double teaming on both sides. But Nick then tries to intervene and tells Skip to get out. And what does he do? I think he just turns to the referee and says, "Shut up," and all hell breaks loose.
It did turn into a bit of carnage, didn't it, at that point?
Yeah, I think the crowd quite enjoyed that, to be honest. Yeah, there was a massive support for the Strong Dads, it has to be said, and less so for their opponents, who were cheering themselves on and berating the crowd as well. They're so mean. I think it got towards the end of the match, and we actually had Ben Gedling which one is he?
Bert? Which one's got the duck? I can't remember.
I don't know. I think Bert was outside the ring, as was Skip, and RJ was going to deliver the DDT, because the DDT spells what?
DDT?
The end. It spells the end. As we all know, DDT spells the end. But as RJ, I think, was about to lock that one in, something happened.
Cheating shenanigans, all the cheating shenanigans that we come to expect. Just to turn around and talcum powder to the face.
Talcum powder. There's a surprise for the Pooh Boys. And then unsighted, unknowing, RJ's on the canvas, and it's a 3 count. And the guys, the Strong Dads push for tag team titles seems to have hit a bit of a obstruction already.
Yeah. Maybe they'll come back stronger. They're seasoned pros, veterans of the game. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that Chase Anthony was peeking from behind the curtain and has decided actually that for once, when something like this happens, he is going to do a direct rematch and we'll get them back on the right track.
I won't hold your breath.
No. Not very good at that anyway. Never was very good at swimming. Is there any other business before we cast our minds on the next match? Have we got any messages for anyone? Anyone's birthday this week at all?
There may well be.
Tommy Kyle against Murdoch up next, the headline grabber, the 5-star super whatever, against the Absolute Maverick. And I tell you what, this one was an interesting one. Kicked off with a lot of technical wrestling. It's not what we come to expect from wee little Murdoch.
No, Turdoc's not the kind of guy who normally comes out and actually does any wrestling. He's normally cheating from the start. So obviously taking on Tommy Kray from the start, it's a mistake. Tommy Kray, that's tomato ketchup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fan of tomato ketchup?
No. I don't like ketchup.
The smell of it makes me hate.
It just makes everything taste like ketchup. It doesn't taste like tomato sauce.
Vinegary.
What's it for?
Well, not like Tommy Carr, more like Murdoch. What is it for?
I bet he likes ketchup. Grow up, Murdoch. Grow up and get over it.
Yeah, béarnaise sauce or something, I suppose. Oh, Daddy's money. Daddy's money didn't help you this time either. I mean, I think the crowd was shouting Daddy's money at some point because that's all he's got to fall back on.
Yeah.
And his jacket, his lovely pastel jacket.
I quite like that.
I will step in for that jacket any day of the week.
Yeah, me too.
Beautiful. I think it was described. I think Tommy Kyle himself described him as Tommy Kyle from Wish, didn't he? When they were squaring up in the ring.
I think Wish would be disappointed if they delivered that particular package. No, I mean there were some memorable moments in the match. There were eye gouges.
Mm-hmm.
There were attempts to kick people in the testicles. Mm-hmm. There was targeting of an injured arm. Just the same every time from this guy, and the same result every time as well.
You know, the horrible little man keeps turning up, getting beaten up, and then scuttles off.
Yeah. And then he comes back for what? I have to admit, I love to see him come through the curtain. When that music hits, I'm torn because I think, oh my God, it's him again. And then it's like, oh, he's facing Tommy Carr. I should be quite happy with the result for this one. But it wasn't as bad as it has been for Murdoch recently.
No, he put up a decent fight, I thought, and I was actually quite impressed by him. It was much closer than expected. Thought Tommy might just batter him. I don't think Tommy's the one to go up against if you want to do a bit of chain wrestling or a bit of technical stuff. And in the end, he got away from that, and Tommy showed why Tommy's who he is. One of the best we've got.
Yeah, I'd say 5 stars.
Yeah,
I think Tommy didn't need to do more than 3 stars. 2 stars for Murdoch.
1 star for Murdoch, 1 star for the spinning pile driver. What a move.
Oh.
That is the best move, I think, for me, almost all night. Whenever Tommy pulls that off, it's just spectacular, isn't it? And I agree. I think it was a really good standard for Murdoch, but I think it was only that because of who it was against. And Murdoch had a lot to learn from Tommy Kyle.
It's very nice from the Murdoch apologist there. Thank you very much for your input there. And I would say, look, on being neutral here, he did do better than last time. He didn't have to be carried from the ring, but he did have to lounge all over someone who was going to the bar to get dragged to the back on this occasion, but dropped on his head again. Yeah. Come back soon, Murdoch. I look forward to seeing the next one.
So then, as Chase Anthony's introducing what's coming next, we get an interruption from Truman Roswell, who comes out and demands outright that Chase Anthony pays attention to him and that he's owed something.
Yeah, Chase Anthony supposedly has been leaving Truman on red. All the young people gasp. I assume that means he's not answering his calls. Don't ask me. And so, yeah, he tells Chase Anthony, if that's his real name, that he actually wants to get his claws into someone, and there's someone lurking behind that curtain that he wants to take out. The music hits.
Is it memes? Was it memes? I think it was memes.
It was someone a little more feline than memes.
Was it Ricky Calvé? Was it a sexy
It wasn't
cat?
a sexy cat.
No, okay.
It was just a plain and simple 6'4" cat.
Oh, okay.
Came out. I think he's called the Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you think that's because he's sick after too much grass?
Pissed in the corner, but
Anyway, the cat comes to the ring and he's waving to the crowd. I think the crowd are quite into this. I'm not sure if some of the elderly ladies in the front row know what's going on. Actually, I know they have no idea what's going on. They've probably taken the wrong medication that morning. But the cat gets in the ring and faces up to Truman.
Yeah.
There's no bell. There's no referee. What happens next?
The spin side job. The spinning, flying, Truman, death ray, and that's it. The cat's neutered, gone.
Yeah.
Game over.
His head's on backwards. But how many lives has he got left?
Well, by all accounts, if it's not the cat that Truman threw out the window, we're looking at 8 lives left.
Well, let's say 7. Let's be conservative in case it is that cat. But Truman, he's thrown a cat out the window. He's proud of this. He's put a chair around someone's neck. He's proud of that as well. And he's beaten up a cat.
Good lad.
Good lad. Must be a conspiracy.
The first half main event.
No, sorry about this. I've got a letter I need to read out here. Impartiality again. Dear fake news slanderers, as a concerned citizen of Kray City, I am continuously appalled by the biased falsehood that you churn out, and felt it was time to pick you up on some errors from your most recent broadcast. You mentioned how Adonis Payne sprang to the rescue of Caden Calloway, stopping a heinous attack from our beloved mayor, Vinnie Kray. Fake news. Vinnie actually sprang to Caden's rescue, taken to the ring before he could be coerced by that rum-addled miscreant of the high seas, Arthur Scarrow. And later in the evening, you claim that Scarrow was pulled from ringside by Big Wade when he was about to be tagged in. Also, fake news. It was the public-spirited official Vinnie Kray who removed the dangerous drunkard from ringside. Anyone could see the pirate swaying in the corner was about to fall on the young children who had gathered below, hoping to catch a glimpse of their hero, Mayor Kray. How happy they were to get so close to the great man himself, safe in the knowledge that he was there to protect them. It's high time you pay due respect to our democratically elected champion and the only one in UBW. Rest assured, we will be watching to ensure you start delivering the truth to the thousands of loyal citizens of Kray City. Or receive a bang in the mouth. Sorry.
I wasn't here. I didn't say a thing. Let me just get on camera. I didn't even say a thing.
I didn't get a chance to say it.
Anyway, the first half main event, the British Heavyweight Championship was on the line. Hugo Bloom taking on Vinnie Kray. Could he become the 2-belt brawler, or was the spectacular strongman going to strong his way through this one? Has anyone strung the way through anything before?
Well,
I think he did.
Yeah, I think if we take a look at this match, we may well see how you strung through this one. Yeah, I think brawler is the right term for this, because Vinnie was at it straight away, and he was all about just laying it into the champion.
Yeah.
Not really wrestling, he was just jumping on him and just trying to smash his head, bang him in the mouth, or rather chin him on the chin. Aided and abetted by his erstwhile colleague, Big Wade, as always. I thought Hugo might have brought some backup for this purpose, but...
I predicted, didn't need it.
Yep. Well, he had the referee on his side for once on this occasion. There were shenanigans. I think we had Vinnie, as ever, was trying to convince the referee of some wrongdoing, not being poked in the eye this time, but rather that his knee had given out.
Yeah.
So Nick, being the sweet-hearted hero that he is, had leapt over to make sure he was okay. And then Wade came into the ring to try and knock the champion down or soften him up for his boss.
Mm-hmm. Always sneaking in, though, wasn't he? Always sneaking.
But they failed in doing so and ended up prone on the mat as well.
Yep.
So Vinnie rejoins the battle, and Vinnie gets banged in the Wade. In the Wade as well. Which was a welcome sight. And I think this is the point where Nick realises, Nick, you've done it. You've seen the shenanigans going on, and you're out of here. And the crowd, I think, were very happy to see that. I think there was a single citizen of Kray City there. I think I spotted one shirt and one high five the mayor doled out. False mayor doled out. And that was about it.
Left Vinnie on his own, though.
Yeah. For the time being. Still very much agitated and still very much after that second bell. He was doing anything he could to get that win over Hugo. And then I think deciding that Nick had served his purpose in every other way, he used him as a human shield.
Yeah, and Hugo just squashed him. The life just left Nick, didn't it? He's done. That's it. Game over.
Yeah. So is that it? Are we now in a situation where we can have a new champion?
That's never it, is it?
No. But
No.
who's skulking behind the curtain? Big Wade's never far away.
I was going to say the cat.
The cat. No, the cat. Oh, he might have been. You never know. It is a big curtain. But Wade comes back and they decide that they're going to set about Hugo. Wade picks him up and it's a huge backdrop. And then tries to rouse Nick. Smelling salts are the order of the day here. Nick, a slow count from Nick. I'll leave that there. But one I like. Because the result of the slow count is a 2. And the bout's not over.
Mm-hmm.
So Hugo's still prone. What measures can the brawlers, or the rollers rather, take to finish this one off?
There was a chair.
It was 2 chairs. Hit him with the chair.
There's always a chair.
Anyone remember what happened there? I don't think Big Wade does.
Oh, it was spectacular, wasn't it? So yeah, well, Wade got a chair to the face, didn't he?
Who?
From Mr. Kray.
Nice. Yeah, a duck from the champ, seeing it coming and full in the face.
Absolutely walloped him.
Like a giant redwood falling from the side of the ring. Thankfully not where I was sitting. That would have been decimated.
Nearly on my foot.
Nearly on your injured foot.
That's it.
Or held the foot.
I know.
And then we're left with 1-on-1. We're back to 1-on-1. And one chair still in the ring. And smash.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the face.
Right in the face. The mayor is down. Does he stay down?
Yes.
And then the crowd are on their feet. It's another successful defence.
Vinnie's back in his place.
Where's
Getting
that?
carried out of the arena by his pal.
He only employs him. Well, his employee. There's no real friendship. It's a commercial enterprise. Hugo, another successful defence, is moving on towards collision course, which is due to come in Bulldog in the coming weeks. But he takes this opportunity to thank everyone for their support and also to dedicate this match to the mastermind Paul James, who is currently very ill, and we send all our best wishes to him. And we move on next to the main event. It's lava time. It's time for the main event. Hugh, Ant and Deck. No, can't afford the music, so let's just say, let's get ready to rumble. The floor is made of lava 6, and it is my favourite match of the year. And a change in the rules, it's not top rope anymore. It's any part of your body touching the lava when you've been thrown out of the ring.
Mm.
So, no, the stakes are higher now. You can't slip out of the ring and then get back in, hoping to avoid elimination. So, this one's going to be a good one. Who's out first?
A People's Pirate. Everyone's favourite.
Everyone's favourite, and everyone's not favourite. Your favourite?
My favourite, is it?
It's not your favourite. What about his opponent? A bit of a mixed reception here.
Mm.
Yeah, well, he's been gone a while, hasn't he? And we've seen him recently come back somewhere else to a huge ovation. We've got to remember that he left as a very bad guy.
Well, I think when he left, he was more humble Malone than Hustle Malone, having given over the Young Lions belt. I thought maybe it's a new man who's come back. No, what a horrible man he still is.
Bad man.
He's back in the ring and he's laying it into the People's Pirate straight away, and no one's happy. But people are a bit distracted because there's someone who's just lurking around the edge of the ring who's not been announced. Uncle Otto.
Uncle Otto.
I don't know what he was doing. He was just strolling around, wasn't
He
he?
was
Enjoying himself.
Checking out the opposition, I think.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And he's slightly in disguise. He's got new facial hair. Quite like the way that's going. Yeah. But yeah, Sly. He's just sizing up the opposition. If he had free reign, I think he should have waited a little bit longer before he got in. But still, yeah, it's a good start. We've got what I would love to see as a singles match in Malone versus Scarrow. There's some legs in that one, some sea legs. Thank you very much. I'm here all night until the lights go out.
So then we had a bit of a new entrant coming in, one that we haven't really seen a huge amount of.
Not in this capacity, anyway. You might have seen him wearing the black and white stripes.
Yep.
But,
Samuelson Daniel, yeah. He's in, he's throwing his weight around, and Tig soon joins him, and he thinks that Tig's going to help him beat up Arthur Scarrow.
He needs to pick his friends a bit better there, I think.
Yeah, Tig loves the pyre, he says. And SSD is the first man out of the Rumble. It was nice, if it was brief. There are a lot more entrants coming in rapid fire before we have the next elimination. I mean, Ben Gedling, I think, is actually eliminated pretty rapidly after everyone beats him out, so that was pleasing.
yeah, huge pop for Joffrey Beamer and his cricketing antics. Big fan, isn't it? Everyone loves him.
Yeah, I mean, he comes in, he brings a weapon with him. Some of the crowd, you can't do that. Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is he's got a flammable weapon, so he can hide the evidence. It's like stabbing someone with an icicle and then letting it melt. It wasn't me, by the way, if anyone's wondering. But there are more weapons. We have Axeman Bunting comes in with an axe, and Chase Anthony, ever vigilant for a change, takes the axe from him, but he still has an axe handle, which he's using to smash everyone all over the place. Not the only weapon, well, not the last weapon, rather, that we're going to see in this Rumble, but I'll get to that in a little bit.
I don't think Eddie White's in yet, is he?
We're talking weapons or tools. So, yeah, we've got maybe a new faction form as well. BC Knight's in, Freddie Idol comes in, and they seem to side with Hustle.
Yeah, bad Freddie.
Yeah, bad Freddie. There's a bit of a mean streak going on with Freddie in this. It's like it's got a sore head for some reason. Just really not a happy boy. As this comes together, we have maybe a new coalitions forming, but a little bit of double vision for me. El Antonio comes out, and he's there by my side, and we're cheering him on. We've got the flag out, and all of a sudden he's also in the ring.
Yep.
Flying high. He lasted 43 seconds last time. Did he last a little bit longer this time?
He did.
Yeah, I think he had quite a good innings this time round. It's nice to see the luchador in action, even if he has been a little bit sly. But whatever you need to do to get the upper hand, I'm happy with that. And so it then builds to an ex-winner coming in. We see someone's favourite enter the fray.
Yeah, Truman Roswell. As you say, we've seen him win the Rumble before. Maybe not this year.
Well, he's in early, isn't he? He's in very early, but he does. I mean, he's clearing shop. He's throwing people over the top, all over the place. I think there's only one man who's got their eyes on going up against him, but there's another man who has eyes for Truman. Payback that's been building for some time, well over a year now. Paul Ash wants a piece of Truman. He injured him and put him out of action for some time. So Ash comes in and it's bedlam, going straight for Truman. I think at that point there's only RJ sitting in the corner watching this whole thing go on, and it's everything a Rumble should be at this point. We're now down to 3, but more people are on the way.
Yep.
So Truman's in. Who could come in next?
Well, we had another odd entry, didn't we, not long after, and someone comes bumbling out from behind the curtain, and everyone's a little bit perplexed as to what's going on, and then in steps the Black Cat.
Yeah. Rubbing his hip after that spin side job. Poor cat. Poor cat. He comes in. Here comes the third offensive weapon. Whips Truman with that tail. Ooh, tail burns. Poor old Truman. What's he going to do? He's going to deck the cat again.
Yeah.
But it's not the cat. It's not the Black Cat. It's someone else entirely.
Someone quite a lot bigger, who might have a bit of a feud going on with Truman Roswell. 6'4" something, 5,600,000. I don't know.
They must like the smell of his catnip.
Yeah, here comes memes.
Yes. To a huge ovation from the crowd. They're absolutely lapping this up.
Oh.
Absolutely, yep. And he leaves a good feline around the auditorium as he ejects Truman. But not only does he eject Truman, but he manages to then take out everyone who's crawling back, who's been eliminated so far. And so then Memes sets his sights on repeating previous endeavours and winning the Lava Rumble? No?
No. No. No, I don't think so.
What happens next then?
I'm fairly sure, my memory's not what it was, I'm fairly sure Memes then flings himself headfirst over the ropes and wipes out Truman and literally everyone else. Eyes not particularly on the prize.
No, not on this occasion, or depending on what the prize is. So, then we have an appearance, everyone's favourite. No one's favourite. Ernie's in. Ernie's in, claiming to be a PT. Now, PT could stand for a lot of things, and this is a family show at times, so I'm not going to say what I think he is.
Public toilet.
Yeah. Phenomenal thespian.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. Neither is he. Neither is he. Because not long after, he's joined by a proper PT.
Yep.
Percy Trainer's in the ring. And I think there's a little bit of a battle here, purportedly going on to see who is the actual PT in UBW. Who comes out on top in this one?
Percy? I'm sure Aiden got an F5 at one point.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think Ben can't count that high, so he's got no idea. He can't explain it to him. But yeah, I think Percy gets the better of the PTs, and Ernie can't repeat his endeavours of the end of last year when he won somehow a similar event at the Square One Academy. Yeah, we should mention this result from Square One. I have to say this, Dan, now that you're back. Actually gave Claire the WO Prediction Championship for 2023, but with
Prediction Championship with an asterisk next to it.
Okay.
The asterisk saying we changed the rules on the last event of the year.
You had an equal opportunity to lose it at that point as well. I finished bottom of the league. Dan finished second, and Claire won. Claire is the reigning champion.
Congratulations.
It's not going well this year, though.
Yes, we'll get to that in a moment. Right, so we've got Neurotoxins in, Judas Sexton's in, who I can only really recall him screaming whether he was winning or losing in his endeavours. And we're whittling the numbers down. We're getting quite late on. I think we've only got maybe 6 or 7 to come in. My pick for the win, Ricky Calvé, joins the fray because of that fantastic Christmas video he did while everyone else was eating their turkey. Just gave us that video, and he's looking good.
Yeah, really strong.
Yeah, he's looking like he means business. But then we have the arrival of the other 2 favourites, I think, from our predictions.
Yeah.
Adonis is in next and is slamming everyone.
Yeah.
And the troublesome one, Jackson Hart, isn't far behind.
Yeah, things started to get interesting at this point, didn't they? We didn't have huge numbers of people left in the ring, so it was literally a case of what's going to go on next. And I think at one point you had Ricky Calvé and Jackson Hart teaming up against Adonis Payne just to try and get him out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting dangerous in there. There are people in there getting tired. Arthur Scurrow is still in there as the first entrant. He's still battling away. So I'm concerned for people's safety. But I needn't be, because next through the curtain is Bart O'Connor. It's Mr. Health and Safety himself, making sure everything is secure. He's checking the pads on the ring posts and just making sure everyone's still in their seats and everything else that the King of Safety has to do.
Truly a professional.
Absolutely a professional. Not particularly safe place for the troublesome one to be, though.
Absolutely a brutal laying down. Well, he just took Jackson apart for a minute or two there, didn't he? He just smashed him to pieces.
Yeah, not a happy time at all. And I think all 3 of us had Jackson as one of our top 2 to win this, and it's not looking good for him at this point. Not looking good at all. Someone else who comes out a little bit jaded, someone else who would have been very confused by the fact there were 4 El Jantonios is Murdoch. He comes in, his head's bandaged, and all he can do at times is raise his leg once he's got in, but he manages to kick just about everyone.
Yep.
A return to the turdy ways.
To the turdy ways, and most people have 4 tonsils. Bart O'Connor, I think, gets it worse.
Yeah.
Very safety conscious, but I think he'll have learned something about his, the safety of his own prizes for next time out against Murdoch.
Maybe needs to borrow Joffrey Beamer's cup for the next Rumble.
Not a bad idea. And I think the biggest pop of the night comes with the next entrant in. It's the glitter baller himself at his most glitteriest. I think the most I've ever seen him. The crowd go wild. The kids go mad. They pick up all the baller bucks as they fly everywhere. And it takes Harrison a little while to get past the kids and into the ring. The first thing he does is sprays Murdoch.
Right in the face.
Anything to add?
With money.
Oh, with money.
With money. With money. For goodness sake. This is a family show.
So Harrison is wading into people in the ring, just as the biggest Wade decides to join the fray. And this guy seems to aim straight for Harrison. I think there's a little bit of afters going on here. I mean, there's no ball at all, but Wade certainly does come up to measure Harrison almost inch-for-inch. There's definitely something that's going to happen there.
It's been going on a while, isn't it? It first started in the Contenders Rumble at Square One, and it's been bubbling under the surface since. Two of the biggest guys we could find, being explosive one.
I think I'd like to see that if someone didn't interfere. I think that could actually be a really good contest. Yeah. But after fronting up to Harrison, Wade just sets about everyone else. I think he gets rid of three eliminations in just over a minute before he himself is eliminated by the baller, along with Tommy Ketchup and Turdock. And then Harrison throws Tommy Cole and Daddy's Money over the edge as well. And we're looking really light on the ground here. We're getting towards the final few. Yep. See, who else have we got yet to come in?
There's a final person, isn't there, that comes...
Yeah, we were meant to have 30 contestants, but we have a 31st. Yep. I'm not sure whether it's Otto's lurking that makes him the 31st, or the arrival of...
El Felino.
El Felino. Very happy to see this guy, but it turns out this is El Felino Mark III, who goes in to shake the pirate's hand. The pirate who's been there for well over half an hour. The pirate who's been there for potentially a record-breaking tenure, longer than Adonis Payne's tenure last year. But the handshake turns into something else.
Yeah, it's sneaky, isn't it? He's not the El Felino we thought he was, and it turned out to be Vinnie Kray.
Yep, Scarro's thrown overboard, and Vinnie Kray unmasks himself and screams at how happy he is, and just jumps out the ring. Yep. He was only here for the pirate. Harrison's now gone as well, and we're left with 3 people. Yep. We're down to the final 3. Let's see. What were your predictions, Dan?
My predictions, I said it would be Jackson Hart would win.
And your second choice?
It was Harrison Leon.
So you just missed out on that one. And yours?
Mine was Jackson Hart would likely win. My second choice was Adonis Payne.
And I said Jackson and Ricky. So all of us still have skin in the game. What happens next?
What happens next is what I'm going to rewind slightly until where you said Harrison got thrown out. So we don't all have skin in the game. We do, because Jackson's still here. Unbelievable.
Do you want to rewind?
Oh, it's been a long week. Don't worry. Let's just off we go.
So we've all got hopes for Jackson here.
Yes.
Some of us had hopes for Adonis. Some of us didn't back Adonis. So slightly awkward that I'm wearing the t-shirt today. But no, it's looking a little like 2-on-1 here. These guys can really fly, and all of them do. Absolutely laying it into each other. This means a lot. I have to remind you here that winning the Floor is Made of Lava gives you the opportunity to face the British heavyweight champion at WrestleMania, whoever that will be at that point. So, yeah, this is potentially the first pop any of these 3 could have at the Big Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, well worth sticking in for this one. But Jackson, I think, is the first one to be thrown over the top. He's been in there, I think, the shortest of the 3 of them. Sorry, I had to get that one in there. And I really did think he was going to go places, but I think he's tried to team with Ricky, but ended up kicking him in the face. and left one-on-one with Adonis. Adonis gets him out, and Adonis is in the final 2 of his second Rumble in a row.
Yeah.
Against Captain Vane himself, the preening Prince of Primark, and the person that I backed to win the floor is Lava 6, Ricky Calvé. I'll let you tell me what happened next.
Ricky won.
Yes! Ricky wins, but not yes, but yes. Yeah, and I think the crowd were absolutely mortified at the result here. So many of them behind Adonis for this. In fact, I think everyone.
Yeah, but it was a cracking little final battle that they had.
Yeah.
You had Adonis flinging himself off the top. There was a moment where Ricky came in for the buckshot lariat and got a claymore to the face. That was stunning. Yeah, as I say, then over he goes. Adonis has gone. Silence, pin drop.
Yeah.
Ricky's done it.
Although having 200 odd people cheering for you has got to mean something, though, right?
Yeah, I think certainly the popular vote is with Adonis every single time. But Ricky goes on. Ricky Calvé. What do you think his chances are of taking the big belt?
He's looking strong. He's looking like he's ready for it. Be a good matchup.
Yeah, showed real bounce back ability, if that's even a word. I'll check that one out. He was a couple of times a foot to the face and a foot to the groin as well, and he still managed to come through and win this one. So it is looking good.
He had a good year last year. He was really impressive, and he got more impressive. I know he's been around for a long time, but as the year went on, you look at him as becoming the contender that he is, and now he's proved that. Yeah,
I know that he overcame Scarro multiple occasions as well.
Yeah,
just to bring all the heroes down at the moment.
I don't know. I think he's got a good chance.
Yeah, I agree. We'll have to see if my prediction is that Ricky Calvé wins at Mania. I'm rather invested in this one. And so the year's off to a fantastic start with the floor is made of Lava 6, and we're moving on to Collision Course. Coming up in the next couple of days, we're going to have a look back at 2023 as a whole as we dish out the Wrestling Outsider Awards. And then a little after that, we'll be looking at our predictions for Collision Course 2024. Please join us. Stay in the know with the WO.